I'd normally put this as a slide, but since I've done that already, I want you to hear me say it as well. I probably should have done this in the beginning or made it the description of my channel, but here we are. Hopefully, it's the last time I feel I'll have to bring it up or mention it. If you follow me and my content for any length of time, there's three things you've probably heard me say, and hopefully I won't feel the need to after today. Number one, this isn't the video I intended to bring you. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but if you're new here, I have one hell of an ADD riddled brain. What would maybe take me an hour to do can take days. I'll start on a topic, and then I'll stumble onto something else that grabs my attention, and then I can't help but make it priority, because I know I'll forget it later if I don't. All of this is also why there's no consistency in my uploading times. Number two, I lied to you, or I'm sorry, I was wrong. That's mostly because I say I'm only going to talk about something once, like my political video, or that I'll stop being so serious and go back to talking about shit that doesn't matter, not like any of this matters in the first place, only to then do the exact opposite. And three, sorry about the audio and video quality. My first few videos were recorded without a mic. All the ones following that were recorded with cheap gas station headphones. I've got new ones now, but nothing can be done about my monotone southern prepubescent voice. Believe it or not, but I'm not 12. I'm a 25-year-old grown-ass man. Sort of. As for the video quality, I'm using Google Chromebook, so I haven't had much luck in terms of finding a video maker and editor, thus why I use a screen recorder. I can't edit, so I do everything in one go. However, as you can imagine, I screw up a lot, which means I do a lot of takes. This can get annoying when I screw up halfway because of my asthma. I am recording in a small 2x3 packed cold closet, so that's why you hear me take deep breaths a lot. A slide doesn't scroll properly, or my speech impediment, or when I realize I fucked up during the playback before I post. If it's not a bad enough screw up, like that awkward pause towards the end of my "You're Not the Victim I Am" video, I usually just say fuck it and upload it anyway. You get what you pay for. Without further stalling, on to the video! So, you've got insecurities, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. Step into my office. Don't worry, I have pants on this time. I am the king of having insecurities, as if my PSA wasn't a dead giveaway, and the king of dealing with them the wrong way. If you've watched my Be Careful What You Wish For video, then you know I've talked about being bullied. If you've been a victim of bullying, especially in your formative years, then you know just as well as I do the impact it can have on your self-image. You let the dark and negative voices creep in and let them convince you of things that just aren't true. Me, I never felt good enough. Never felt strong where I needed to be or should have been. Same goes with being smart or tall or good looking and all sorts of other things. So, like most do, I looked up to people that had the traits that I so desired. However, rather than doing what they did to get where they were, I copied everything about them and tried to be just like them. That set me back a bit. In the end, anyway. At first, it did help. When I metaphorically wore their face as a mask and saw myself as them, it made it easier for me to do things because I didn't see myself as me. All my failures, my faults, my shortcomings, my horrible past, all of that was gone because I wasn't me. I was so-and-so. It took something traumatic happening for the proverbial mask to slip, and I couldn't hide behind the face of someone else. I had to face it as me. And that's when I learned something. All the accomplishments, all the great things I did, I may have done them while seeing myself as someone else, but I wasn't someone else. I was me the whole time. I did those things, not so-and-so, me. And just like that, I was able to forget the past and see myself in a whole new light. That's what I want to help you do. Look, as I've said, I have a few insecurities myself. I'm short, I'm only 5'4". I'm ginger. There's a reason I do my videos this way instead of showing you my face. My teeth could make keys, and I hate my voice worse than you do. Yes, that is possible. Maybe you have some of these same issues. Maybe yours are more personal. Fair enough. I've said in my not red pill or MGTOW video that on a good day, I'm average, and on a bad day, I'm slightly below average. Most days are bad in that regard. If you're like me, and you have these or different insecurities, and yours are compounded with major anxiety like mine, it can make it pretty hard to have a normal life or relationships of any kind. Here's something that helped me, and hopefully it helps you too. This is what I have, this is what I don't have. This is what I can change, this is what I can't change. Normally, this isn't something you need to say to a friend or a coworker, but is extremely beneficial in terms of intimate relationships. Don't bring it up on the first date. That can be a little awkward. It's too soon, obviously. I'd say save it for the second date or for post third date coitus. The reason for even telling your potential partner any of this is so they can think long and hard into the future to see if any of this will be a problem for them. No one wants to come home early to their significant other fucking the neighbor because of some bullshit superficial reason that you gave them plenty of warning for and time to think about. Now, if they do think about it and decide it'll be a problem down the road, you're back to being alone. But ladies, if you take my advice, I just saved you from eating a gallon of ice cream while posting on Twitter that men ain't shit. And guys, I just saved you from subscribing to every red pill channel on here while sadly trying to convince yourself that now you're a lone wolf and you're going to be a playa from here on out. And you know, this isn't meant to be a dig at red pill channels or anything, but who are they seriously for? Real alpha male badasses don't need a leader or someone telling them how to think. I get it. They're for grown men who somehow manage to dress themselves, who somehow manage to make it to adulthood, but are still stupid enough that they need to be told that marriage only benefits women. But do red pill channels really help people? The idea is to try to educate men, and I use that term loosely, about the dirty manipulation tactics that women use, and to help educate women that not only are men getting wise to it, but they need to stop, because it's wrong. I get that. But one, if red pill channels helped, why are there so many of them? Why are women still doing the same shit, and why are men still marrying them? And two, why is it that every time a woman makes a red pill style video, she's accused of doing it just because it was the easiest way for her to get views? Be honest, isn't that why you're doing it? The women of red pill, I feel, are held to more of a standard than the men. Because the men of red pill go after women when they don't offer anything new to the conversation. None of you do. I've watched a shitload of red pill and MGTOW channels and videos, and you all regurgitate the same shit. Here, red pill, I'm going to help your audience, something you won't do because if you actually did, well, you'd eventually stop getting views now, wouldn't you? Men, don't get married. You don't need to be in a relationship or get married to find fulfillment. If your woman gives you the marry me or I'm gone ultimatum, let her go. I promise you, you'll find another. Try this. Try putting your low self-esteem aside. Realize you don't need to be in a relationship. Don't get obsessed with the first pair of tits that gives you attention that you're not used to having. Find someone with similar beliefs as you. And don't get married unless you're 100% sure that it's a sure thing and that it's what you want to do. Most marriages end in divorce. And the ones that I have seen that have lasted a while, one of, if not both parties, are unhappy, but they feel trapped for a multitude of reasons. Men, don't get married. There, red pill. I just helped your audience without making an entire video or channel on it. Back to the main topic. It does you no good to hide your insecurities, guys. They always have a funny way of finding a way to the surface. I mean, what are you going to do? Change yourself so much to the point you don't even recognize yourself anymore just to make people that don't really give a shit about you happy? These people, in the grand scheme of things, don't give a shit about you and will have little impact and involvement with your life. Yet, you'll give up all the real parts of you for their applause? Am I saying you should improve yourself? No. We should always strive to be better. But we should only make changes that we want to make and not make them for the people that don't matter. This is why revenge bodies don't last, but that's a different video for another time. The point is, there's always going to be some dickbag that makes fun of you for something or doesn't like you for some reason. That's life. Punch them in the mouth, make fun of them back, or ignore it and move on. Once you truly accept yourself, it is a freeing feeling. Trust me, you stop caring what others think. I know in my congratulations you're super manly vid, I made fun of guys that try too hard. I felt comfortable doing that because that's the same type of guy I tried and pretended to be. Now, I don't care if I'll ever be as strong as Eddie Hall or as hung as Johnny Sins. When I think back on a lot of my life, I'm a lot like Gohan in that I wasn't truly a warrior. I just worked out a lot and got good at fighting because I had to. It was that or be a victim, and that's just not me. Now that I'm in times of peace and in a peaceful state of mind, and I've lost all my hunger for that, I'm slowly turning into who I was before all that nonsense happened, and who I probably would have been if it weren't because of all that nonsense. I'll still exercise to be healthy, but I'm a nerd. Not the math or science type of nerd, but I like reading. I'm reading a few books right now. And I like writing, despite all my grammatical errors you've probably noticed in all my videos. I prefer to watch battle robots and drone races over boxing and football. That's who I am. Don't like it? Fuck off. Like it? Fuck off anyway. You're interrupting my reading time.